What up, YouTube? Welcome to the WFT show. I'm your host, Justin Nickel. Big things happened today. We're in a great mood. We're jovial. My producer, Mark, and co-host is in a super tabernacle mood tonight. Give it up for my co-host, Mark B. Mark, say what's up.
Hey, everybody. Joyeux Saint-Jean-Baptiste to everyone, my Quebecois brothers out there. We're going to talk about that in a minute. But we should introduce our guest host before I go on we talk about the Saint-Jean-Baptiste.
Absolutely. Our guest host tonight, we're super pumped to have him. It's his first time on the show, but it should be his 10th probably by now. One of my best friends in comedy. You're going to love him. It's my buddy, Byron Bertram. Byron, how you doing, man?
Hola, señoras and señoritas, and whatever you identify as. Good. Yeah, I watched the hockey game, and I biked my ass off to get down here on time. And man, yeah, it's it's a up and down roller coaster when it comes to being a sports fan. Now, me and you are long-suffering Canucks fans, so this is a very strange night. But I'm happy the Canadians won, beat the Vegas.
Right. Hold on.
I'm reluctantly happy.
Right. All right. Well, before we get into that, I want to say hi to everyone in the chat, everyone viewing. We got 8,000 people. I think that's a record for us.
8,000 people, yeah.
Like that's pretty good.
Are you counting your listeners like Donald Trump counts people at his rallies?
Yeah, like the way that TikTok views count dead Uyghurs. Yeah.
Yeah, they do, right? Dead Uyghurs' lives matter.
That's their job, is just to keep viewing TikTok videos. Anyways, we want to say hi to all you guys. James, we love you. Mr. Dopey. We got Vera Bobo, one of our regulars. We've got Pyra coming over from the Dry Shave. We love seeing you, Pyra. And my boy, Izzy Langlaise. Izzy, short for Israel. Also from Quebec. Mark, you'd love Izzy. He's a drummer in a metal band, and he knows it's also Saint Jean Baptiste Day. He's really pumped about that.
Look at the chat right now. It says Joyeux Saint-Jean-Baptiste. And just for this occasion, I want to throw this up. Bang. Quebecois flag is on the screen right now. I want to say Joyeux Saint-Jean-Baptiste to all my Quebecois, French-Canadian brothers and sisters out there. Joyeux Saint-Jean-Baptiste.
Are they listening? Are they all here tonight?
They are all listening, actually.
Nice. They're done writing now to win or what?
I mean, some of them might still be writing. Yeah, I mean, the Habs won. Yeah, some of them might still be writing right now.
That's what I love about the Habs. They riot when they win.
Right. But listen, we're a little bit early on that. We want to get into that. I just want to talk about how. Do you like how happy everyone from Quebec is right now? They're just so happy. Like, none of them want to separate right now. Byron, you notice that? They're
what do you mean?
This week.
What do you mean we don't want to? No, we still want to separate.
Then they'd have to change their name.
Right. No, because they want us to cheer for them in the Stanley Cup. Then they're going to fucking want to leave. That's what's happening.
We don't need your cheers, okay? We're fine on our own.
All right.
Just socially distance when you riot. That's all they care about.
In the chat, though, let us know if you are happy with the Habs winning and if you're going to keep cheering for them in the Stanley Cup final. We want to know that. We want to hear your takes on that. What did you want to do first, Mark? Do you want to talk about Baptiste Day or do you want to talk about the Canadians?
I mean, I just did talk about Saint-Jean-Baptiste Day. I just want to wish a joyeux Saint-Jean-Baptiste à tous mes amis, mes frères et sœurs, les Canadiens français. Si vous m'écoutez en ce moment, non. Si vous m'écoutez en ce moment, c'est joyeux Saint-Jean-Baptiste. C'est vraiment de mon cœur à votre cœur. Joyeux Saint-Jean-Baptiste. C'est notre temps en ce moment, les Canadiens français.
Do you see what happens to French Canadians when they get the chance? You give them an inch, they take a mile. You know what I mean?
When it comes to yeah. Now, so let's just talk a little bit about Jean Baptiste. What did he do? He sounds like a nickname for a black pimp.
I'm pretty sure
Haitian black.
Yeah,
pimp.
Like a Haitian pimp.
Like, yo, man, I'm John Baptiste, motherfucker.
You owe me $140.
Slap me some skin, Job Turkey. John Baptiste like Colt 45 and Old Spice.
I hit you early and I hit you late. All right.
John Baptiste, bam! You want to separate? I'll separate you from reality, motherfucker. Bam! You go 12 rounds with John Baptiste, you're making it past the first battle.
So what's John Baptiste about, Mark? What's John Baptiste about?
We get wasted. And and after midnight, we go into downtown Quebec City and we burn it down.
Yes. See, the French know how to riot, man. Like
They
we
love
don't.
burning shit.
We love, and I praise them for it. They want up minimum wage. They'll burn their whole fucking country down. I swear to God, I love it. I love it. All right, that's cool. So we are. What a
So what was
day.
Was it a separatist day? It was like. Was that are they celebrating when they just Joan of Arc fucking caught it in flames or what?
Yeah. I'm not Quebecois, so I'm not gonna lie. I've never really looked into what exactly the reason is for Saint Jean Baptiste Day. So
that's a French national holiday, right? That's
it is.
Like
It's the Quebecois. No, in France they have le Jour de la Bastille, but in Quebec it's the Saint Jean Baptiste Day.
And then what's in France is Le Bastille Day.
Bastille, yeah, and it's in July.
Is that the one where Macron celebrates by fucking his bodyguard in front of his mother?
Listen, we all should do the rest of this episode in a French Canadian accent. I'm just gonna be like, boom, there they are, gone. Boom.
No,
for my boot in the closet, and boom, there they are, gone.
But first, du Parisien, du l'impression of Emmanuel Macron. He's like, we burn down Notre Dame Cathedral because we want to make way for a beautiful mosque.
All right. Wrong.
I've been doing Drive Shave Show too much, and
I love it. I love it. All right, well, let's get down to business. Mark will bring up the graphic, I guess. Huge win for the Montreal Canadiens, Canada's team now, which I enjoy. I love hearing because I remember in 2011 when the Canucks made the final. Everyone across Canada was like, "Nope, not our team." But now that it's Montreal, we're like, "It's our team." Listen, I'll say this. Anyone but Vegas, I was very on board. I loved it. I loved the run with Montreal. But now that Montreal is in the Stanley Cup final, I hope they get swept in 4 and they go home crying, because I don't want to see any other Canadian team enjoy any more victories or joy over what I've endured. I don't want it, and I'm bitter, and I'm happy with that.
I appreciate the sentiment, but at the same degree, I'm sort of conspiracy theorist, so I just feel like I want them to win, just so I know that it's legally allowed for the Canucks to win in future years.
Right.
Because I just feel like it's not allowed. I'm a bit of a sports conspiracy theorist, and I feel like Gary Bettman in the fucking One World Government, fucking Klaus Schwab and the fucking lizard people under the U.S. crust, the fucking Swiss elite are deciding that Canadian teams that people in Canada aren't allowed to be happy about sports.
Well, that's what it seems like. You're not allowed to win the Stanley Cup if you have a Canadian team across your chest, but you are allowed to win if you're Canadian and you have an American team across your chest.
No, that doesn't. No.
That seemed to be the deal. But you know what? I got to hand it to Montreal. They beat Vegas.
They beat Vegas.
Sorry, they beat Vegas. I said beat Montreal. I got to hand it to them. They beat Vegas, and I just wish I could be a fly on the wall at that goddamn arena in Vegas, seeing those hard-suffering fans enduring 4 years.
They endured 3 solid fucking years, right? They made the finals the first year.
We live in Vegas. There's hockey here, and we lost.
Oh my God. We're just going to go get a fucking tit job and play fucking roulette.
Joe says Canucks will never win. Thanks for that, Joe. Thanks for that input. Really appreciate that dig.
Hot take.
Oh, and guess what? Ty Boissonant showed up. We got to congratulate Ty. Big happy.
Yeah, it's great when you're from Alberta and you root for the French, the Montreal Canadiens. It's like just being it's like being gay in Alabama. It's got to be tough.
Yeah, it's secret. You got to keep it secret, right? Except for certain places. But Ty was doing the live.
And talk French.
Ty did a live stream during the show that was hijacked by Byron, and then Byron rushed from that live stream to this live stream.
What a professional.
Happy to have you on, and congratulations, Ty. He said, "Sorry, I'm late. I was busy rioting."
Me and Ty high-fived awkwardly. Me and Ty had the most awkward 2 fucking white guy high fives in that overtime goal.
I would believe that. By the way, our friend James, regular on the show, says, Byron, you look like you're going to take his soul. I think it's because you're being lit from underneath, like you're telling a campfire story.
Yeah, Byron's very Bram Stoker's Dracula right now. I love it. I think it's great. I think it's awesome.
Pyra says, all I can say is that if the Habs lose, can someone grab me a coaching bag from HBC in downtown Vancouver? A coach bag. Coach bag. Coach bag. I know, guys. Yeah, I know guys from Antifa that'll be happy to come down.
Yeah, we'll get you some coach. We'll get you. Just put in your orders in the chat. Let us know, chat. What when we riot, when the Habs win the Stanley Cup, inevitably at this point, what would you like us to what would you like to get in a riot? Like if you
want a Hudson Bay blanket.
There you go. So Byron wants a Hudson Bay blanket. Pyra wants a Coach bag. So what do you want during the riot? What store are you gonna hit up? Let us know in chat.
I want a Fred Perry shirt because I'm racist.
Oh.
Tommy Hilfiger? There you go. Tommy Hilfiger for Byron. All right. Well, I guess we've done our thing with Montreal. What's your pick? I guess if the Habs play Tampa Bay, I'm going to take Tampa Bay in 6. But I'm going to cheer for the Habs. But I think Tampa Bay is going to win. But I'm going to cheer for the Habs. But deep down, I'm going to be like, I don't want them to be able to throw this in my face. And here's why: people like Andy Canetti, a guy who is quiet all year long, and then his teammates run. And now you hear about him. The guy who's like, you know what I mean? Just such a white knight fucking dude. And I just can't handle him winning. And I just can't handle him being happy.
You know what? More than that, I think Kwesi Thomas, because he doesn't give a shit about hockey.
Yes.
As soon as they make the finals, he'll be all like, ooh, Canadian. Fuck off.
He left the Canadians to cheer for the Knights.
Yeah.
Now that the Knights have been beaten by the Habs, he's going to cheer for the Habs now.
Oh,
he's going to cheer for the Habs now.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's up to people like Ty to not let him back on the bandwagon. Kick him off.
He left the Canadians for the.
He did.
And now if he wants back on the bandwagon bus, he's got to sit in the back.
He needs to sit in the back, and he needs to surrender all his women to us right now.
Does he get a lot of women?
I mean, he's a Netflix movie star. That's Kwesi Thomas we're talking about.
Yeah.
TV's Kwesi Thomas.
TV's Kwesi Thomas. Shout outs. I was the first man to headline that kid. Good kid.
Yeah. I love it. All right, let's get on to our first story of the night. Mark, why don't you pull that up?
Oh, but I was just going to say, if it's Tampa, Montreal, either way, French Canadians are going to be happy.
Why?
Because there's so many just like retired French Canadians in Florida. They'll be like, I retire there.
The snowbirds, they call them.
Snowbirds.
Right? Yeah.
The snowbird.
Les snowbirds, tabarnak. Hey, joyeux
But I was just going to say, you know what sucked? When it came to I just want to drop this. When it came to Vegas and Montreal, the fact it's like a lose-lose scenario. So it's like pick your poison, because as a Canucks fan, Montreal, it's just like, well, Toffoli went there, and it's just like, fuck, it just feels like you're rooting for the guy who like fucked your girlfriend.
Well, it depends on did he do it well? Like, were you involved? Did you get to direct? I don't know. Whatever.
No, he fucked her way better. He fucked her way better than you could have.
Then if she's happy,
and then the Vegas Knights is just like a rich kid whose fucking daddy bought him like a fucking Jaguar.
Yeah,
got him.
But they complained because it wasn't in fucking gun oil, fucking black.
Yeah, like, Daddy bought me a Stanley Cup. Daddy, I want a Stanley Cup. Daddy, right now,
Daddy.
I've been here 3 years and I'll still get my Stanley Cup.
I'm a fan. Look at me, I'm crying because we lost.
So no, I'm gonna root for the guy.
That's great. Hey, we got some dissent in the chat here. I want to. It looks like we're the only mod we have on tonight is Jess, right? Am I mistaken there?
Yeah, Jess is in the mod, and I love her to death.
Oh man! Jess. All right, so all we have tonight is our head mod, Jess. So I hear some. I see some dissent here. Let's see. We got Joe. Huge win against Vegas. That's true. Who else here was talking? Was it Izzy that I saw that was pro Vegas? We have some pro Vegas people in the chat, so Jess, keep an eye out for the pro Vegas people. We might want to have them just kicked out and muted. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do what you.
No, you know what? We're not gonna Twitter and Facebook and Instagram it like they did to Trump. No, we're gonna embrace our haters. We're gonna embrace the people who are wrong, and we're gonna show them why they're wrong. Okay. That's what we're gonna do.
All right.
Yeah, let's do that. But they're on a shoestring line here, like they're this close.
Yeah, you're we're going to just renounce you, and you'll never be allowed here again. So just watch it. That's it.
Yeah.
Okay. So first story.
Let's go to our first story.
All right. So we're gonna go to space with this first story, gentlemen. So scientists have revealed. So there's this new discovery. aliens could be watching Earth from 29 nearby planets, right? So,
boys. I love that you opened with fucking aliens. That's strong, Mark. I like where you're going with this, dude.
We got to talk about the aliens because we got some at the end of the show. By the way, I don't want to tease anybody, but at the end of the show, we're gonna drop some shit on UFOs and aliens and all this stuff. So, apparently we're not that alone. Earth is not that unique. There's lots of nearby planets that could very well be looking at us right now.
Which is I mean, it's fucking creepy, right? Like,
yes,
a restraining order. Are we like kind of like a hot chick of a planet? We're just like, oh my god, all these guys keep staring at me. All these aliens keep staring at me. This fucking
they keep visiting me and like sending me dick pics and stuff. It's like, well, then show us your crop circles and your dick. Oh no, I can't. I got rid of them. I deleted them, but they were here. They were fucking here. Really, were they?
This Martian was totally like fucking DMing me as fucking six cocks.
Listen, this story, I mean, I tried when I read this story to read it through the eyes of Mark, who is unbelievably into UFOs, but he's very objectively skeptical, right?
Oh, yeah.
So when I read this... Sorry.
Yeah, sorry, go on.
When I read this, I read it as, this is mainstream media trying to jump on the new trend of aliens. And they're like, hey, guys, like when your mom or dad tries to be cool and talk to you about drugs while rapping.
Yeah.
Hey,
like your parents come in like, hey, I know you think weed is cool, but it'll make you look like a fool. And you're like, oh my God, Mom, get the fuck out of my room right now.
So don't do drugs and stay in school.
Yeah. Right? So mainstream media is like, we think it can come from these 28 planets. And then you read the article and you're like, 7 of these are fucking meteors, you idiot. You're ruining this. Get out of my room. But I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong, Mark. Maybe you think there's validity to this, but it just seemed like mainstream media trying to be cool, jumping on the new hot thing, which is aliens. Meanwhile, we're being robbed blind of our civil rights and all our money. I don't know.
You know, I saw something on CNN about it. It was Don Lemon, and he's just like, aliens are invading, and it's just another example of systemic solar system racism.
I mean, hey, that may very well be the situation soon. I mean, Elon Musk is going to Mars.
PC culture is getting so crazy. Pluto got canceled in 2007.
Yeah, they're not even a planet anymore. They said something. I think they said something bad about Bruno Mars. So stupid.
I heard. Well, the thing is, like, Pluto got canceled after it just like dropped the N-bomb a bunch of times in the life.
Right.
So Pluto. So we did not know that. So Pluto apparently got canceled for dropping some expletives, right? So the N-word a bunch of times.
Right. And then Pluto barged down the door of fucking Seinfeld's place. Keeps eating cereal.
Yeah. Izzy said to hold up. He wants to do a dab before we get into this story, which is fair. Izzy. Pyra says we're the LOL cow of the galaxy. LOL cow of the galaxy.
Cow.
The lol cow. What's that?
So a lol cow is actually sometimes the internet decides that a person is too ridiculous and they all gang up on that person and start memeing on them, and they become what's called a lol cow. It's this person that's being targeted. So the Earth is essentially the lol cow of the universe.
Right. Well, because we be the United States of the universe, hey? We just think we're the be all, the end all. We think that we're the best. We're amazing. I love that. Thank you, Pyra. That's fucking bang on. Mr. Dopey says Earth has more followers than the Golden Knights Insta. Whoa, shots fired.
Oh, too bad we won't check. We won't even bother checking. Who are the Golden Knights again? Who are they?
Golden Cucks. They're the Golden Cucks. And the chat's on fire, so let's keep it going. This has been fun already. We're only 10 minutes in. Please like and subscribe. If you're on this and you haven't liked this yet and subscribed, please do that. We're having a ton of fun, and we're just going to keep shouting you out. If the chat keeps staying this hot, we're just going to be talking about the chat. Yeah. So let's keep going.
Yeah.
Hot. Izzy's good to go now. Izzy's good to go.
Earth is kind of like the Texas of planets, right? We're just kind of where are you from? It's just like Canada. Is that in the Milky Way somewhere? Where the hell is that from?
I got a cousin from there.
Y'all know the Big Bang up there?
And I told you about Jesus. Have you heard about Jesus?
Hey, man.
Look, all I know is that
more than 6,000 years old.
I want this story to be true. I just need proof. I want to see it, and just give me more. And we got more coming. So Izzy, I know you just did a shatter hit or whatever. Take another one because we got more UFOs coming.
We got some hardcore UFO shit coming
really
up.
Good stuff.
But I mean, you know, the other kind of like the counterpoint to this story about, you know, there could be Earths with people and watching us and other beings. It's just that there's something called the Fermi paradox, and it's you know, there was in the 60s there was this guy Drake that came up with an equation to decide how many civilizations should be out there. You know, if we're just doing the math on how many planets, how many solar systems, there should be X amount of civilizations. But then there's the Fermi paradox that came after that, because honestly, we've never seen any sign of any other civilization other than humanity out there. There is zero signal out there.
But we sure got stories.
We can't even see techno signatures. We can't even see structures. If there was a civilization out there that was, you know, that could travel here, for example, we don't see it. So in all likelihood, the most likely scenario for this universe and Earth's place in it is that the Earth is extremely rare, and so are we. And we may be the only conscious beings in the universe.
No, yeah, you were saying that before. You're lone gunman theory of fucking the planet. Eh?
Yeah, I think that Earth is extremely rare, and if there is evidence of life, we don't see it, and we've been looking, and we should be able to see it now. We shouldn't see ships or anything like that, but we should be able to see like signs of life, you know, like energy and light and all this stuff, and we have seen fuck all.
Nah, man, because it takes fucking 100 years to get to the next planet. That's why. So it's like they're out there, they're just like, fuck it, it's too far. It's like, you ever like drive to Prince George? Every time halfway there, I'm like, fuck this, I'm going back.
Prince George doesn't exist. It doesn't exist.
It's not real. There's nobody there. They're fucking, no one lives there. Fuck it, it's all fake.
That's hilarious.
So exactly, that's what it is, man.
Right.
So that's what I think. But moving on.
Okay, so moving on, gentlemen, we're going to talk about sports, and we're going to talk about Pride. So are we, I think right now we're in Pride Month, right? We're just at the end of Pride Month?
Just at the very end, yeah.
Right,
that's why that's actually why we had Byron on. So Byron, thank you.
Right, so
thank you very much.
By the way, I'm currently shit talking Kwesi here.
Oh, watch out! Watch out!
Get him on. Can we get him to call in?
Yeah. Can I? That'd be great.
If he wants to call in,
what's the link? Send Kwesi the link right now.
Send him the Zoom link. Send him the Zoom link.
Did you send me it?
Yeah.
It's in your email, Byron.
It's in your email, so just forward the email to him.
All right, but in the meantime, let's talk about this other
all right, so
big story. Big story in
sports.
Sports.
Big story in sports, gentlemen. Barriers are being destroyed. Barriers are crumbling. The Las Vegas Raiders lineman Carl Nassib comes out as NFL's first active gay player.
Yes. Now, huge story because of obvious implications. You know, he's the first legitimate player who's on a starting roster, who is an important part of his team. He's not on his way out. He's not a bench player. He's not someone on the edge of being cut. He's a legit player who cannot be ignored. This is a thing, and it's a big deal. It's a big time. And my question is, like, how is this taking so long? Because we know that there are a lot of gay players in sports, and I'll tell you why I know this. Because there's hazing in sports. Okay, I was hazed. If you want to know who's gay on your team, just figure out who's in charge of the hazing. Okay, because it's like I don't understand why homophobia is so rampant in sports when some of the gayest stuff I've ever experienced has always been on sports teams. Okay, like you ever been woken up by your teammate putting his testicles on your face?
Yeah.
Because I've been on teams where that happens. Okay, you ever been peed on in the shower, in the team shower, while you're doing? That's happened on my sports teams. Okay. And I'm like, guys, why are we hiding this? So this guy coming out now, it's like, now it's here. You can't avoid it. And I think it's awesome. I think the community has reacted. He's the highest selling jersey in the NFL right now. Did you know that? He's the highest selling jersey in the NFL. And
he takes a knee for a different reason, right? He takes 2 knees.
No.
Sorry, Kwesi's trying to phone me on here.
Send him the Zoom link. Send him the Zoom link.
Okay.
Forward the
Oh my
email
God,
I
Byron.
sent you to him. Yeah.
Byron
Is that
bought
true?
the home and away jersey of Nassib. Byron bought the home and away jersey for Carl Nassib, so
Okay.
that's good. Also, Byron, if you could just completely stop all progress on this to learn technology while we go, that's good too. I'm really proud. I'm really proud of this dude. You know what the hang up is, Mark? The hang up is really with players like, oh, I got to be in the change room and in the shower with the guy. And it's like, look, man, in my personal opinion, I think you just got to give it to him. It's kind of his lottery. Like, dude, the guy has hit the lottery. He's gay and he gets to shower with like the buffest dudes in the world. He's earned it. He got there. He's got there. He's got there. Okay. He's earned it. Like, just let him have his moment. Okay.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work out for the NFL, he's always got prison, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Usually you have to kill someone to actually get that privilege.
Now I'm wondering. Now what happened to that guy, the openly gay guy at the draft? He was like first overall pick, and then he like
Michael Sam.
Yeah, and then what happened?
He just wasn't. He wasn't fast enough, and he tried it for the CFL, and he just wasn't good enough. But
So he was like the fucking Alexander Daigle of the NHL, but just gay.
pretty much. But Nassib is established. He picked the right time to come out. There's no controversy. He's undeniable. He did the perfect thing.
That's awesome. That's great.
Man.
I mean, because I always wanted like something like LeBron James win this championship, and just like, what do you got to say? He's like, I'm gay. I'm getting some D. Boom! And you're like, fuck, wow. That would be. It's always like after the fact. It's like 10 years ago. I played 6 games in the NHL 13 years ago. Now I'm coming out. It's like, who the fuck are you? You fourth line fringe piece of shit.
No, or like a guy.
Is Alexander Daigle gay?
No, I'm just
Okay. So
no,
I'm just bad draft picks.
But there was a guy Carlson from the Boston Celtics. He came out when he was about to be cut. And didn't get to be in the limelight, but this Nassib guy is going to be there. He's going to be a spokesperson. He's going to be a role model, and it's just great. It's awesome to see, and it's about time. Look, here's the thing, man. Like, do you know what a quarterback does every single play? Do you know what a quarterback does with his hands, Byron? Do you know what he does?
And he fucking tries to fucking precision accuracy.
Right. But before that, every single play, the quarterback has to put the top of his hand on the center's taint. Because right on his cup, right where he's sweating the most, okay? So every time you see Tom Brady lick his fingers before every throw, just know that his hand has been soaked in 380-pound taint juice, okay? So this is nothing new, okay? This is nothing new to the NFL.
Can I interrupt here? I'm just going to say right now, you bring this up a lot.
It's the second time.
I mean,
it needs to be brought up.
Maybe we should talk about this after the show. By the way, join us on Discord. That's the place. After the show, we might talk about why Justin keeps bringing up quarterbacks putting their hands on their center's taint.
It's the only time it happens. Yeah,
it is but it's perfectly natural. That's where
I heard Tom Brady's a transgender.
That's hilarious. Okay, let's go to the chat here. JR Comedy made it in after getting home late.
JR, how's it going, buddy?
Let's read this. We just offended a lot of people. Let me roll it back. No. Jesus. Nice pick. They chose with the dude's mouth wide open. Jesus, Pyra, come on.
Oh, wow.
JR says, hey, everyone. Vera Bobo says, proud of sports. We are proud of sports. It's about time.
We sure are.
And JR says, on the SkyTrain, just giving us a play-by-play of his fucking trek home. James says, hey, Jay. Blue Blanc Rouge. Pyra says, this guy who's eager to spank some bare butts is likely candidate. Yeah, man, like we said, it's going to be an adjustment in the locker room, I'm sure, for a bunch of dudes who are alpha males. And you know what? But here's the thing. Couldn't you explain to me why in 2021 men still are forced to shower communally? They're millionaires.
They don't have the budget for the facilities.
They can't just make individual stalls. I always remember.
They don't have the money.
What's the problem?
I play a lacrosse game. I'm really sweaty and gross, and then I got to get naked with dudes in a shower, and then they joke around and things happen.
Go clean yourself, Justin, and just don't wonder about it. Why are you thinking about this so much?
Listen,
but that is a good point. I mean, it's to say it reminds me actually of the same. Have you seen the movie Punchline, 1988, with Tom Hanks and Sally Field of the Santa Comics?
That's super accurate.
When they have a locker room,
why do they have a locker? It's like, don't have locker room. Sad. I was doing dick jokes.
It was a rough night out there,
bro. Hit the showers. Hit the showers, bud.
Hit the showers. You have to get told that rape joke.
Yeah, Ty says you should have been suspect at. Okay, it's time for the team shower. Okay, guys, we need to rise above. These aren't my words.
Do better.
That's Ty.
Do better.
Yeah,
chat.
do fucking better.
Come on.
JR says, haha, Byron, and then taking a knee joke. Pyrus says, Byron identifies as 1857 technology guy. Joe, I can't read what Joe said. Mr. Dopey says, I always thought the gay guy played tight end. Hi-oh! Yeah, he does. Hey-oh! And Vera Boba says, Byron is now learning things. So you're getting credit being progressive. So good for you, Byron.
Good for you.
JR says, great for him in the sport. JR says, great for him in the sport. Going to help with other players for sure. There must be so many in the closet still active players. That's a very good point. Carl Nassib is not a small guy. And it took a lot. And he said, I love my family. I'm in a good place in my life. And now I can do it. And you know what? I think this is going to open the floodgate.
Yeah, that's great. That's great.
What position did he play? He played was a lineman, right?
Because defensive end. His job is to kill the quarterback.
Yeah.
So he's not a small guy. Sorry to cut you off, Byron. But I think this is important because now we can get this not over with. I don't mean to say over with, but I mean now we can just say, yeah, like I think they're going to feel relieved that average fans like me and Byron and Mark and everyone else is like, yeah, that's cool. We're cool with that, man. We're cool. Are you going to help my team win?
Look,
are you going to help my team win?
I would say I don't care what your sexuality is if you play for my team. You know what I hate? Even just national identity. It's like, look how many Canadians are playing for the. I don't care if you're members of Nazi Germany or ISIS or if you're gay. Just win me a cup. Win me a cup. Gay fucking Nazi members of ISIS. Just fucking, you could all be Ted Bundy, gay ISIS.
Yes, Nazis. I don't care if you. I don't
Give me the fucking cup.
Yes, I don't care if you have sex with men or bomb people in cars. Just win me a cup, and I will fucking love you forever. Okay?
I don't care if you fuck underage unicorns.
There you go.
Just give me the fucking cup.
We don't want to hear about how many bodies you got in the fridge. We want to know how many points you can score.
Just bury it. Not the fire, the body, and the fucking puck.
I love it. I love it. All right, what's the next story, Marky Mark?
All right,
Kwesi wants you to let him in, apparently.
No, hold on. Do you guys want to talk to Kwesi?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. By the way, let's preface this. Kwesi is a Habs fan who jumped to a Knights fan who's now probably going to cheer for the Habs. So let's bring him on in. Let's bring him in.
Okay, hold on. Just give me a minute here.
All right. We are not going to take these on. We're going to let him talk.
No, we got to fucking bitch let us.
But we're going to put him through the ringer. So chat. In the chat, let us know what you want us to ask him. Here he is.
Oh my God, look at that.
How about
honesty?
Yeah, what's that about? How could you do this, Kwesi? You had a beautiful wife and you cheated on her with a fat.
No. She cheated on me.
Kwesi,
she cheated on me first.
Kwesi, how just gamut of emotions, I'm sure. We're going to do this like I work for NBC and you're an athlete, okay?
Yeah, I got you.
I'm here with Kwesi Thomas. Kwesi, I'm sure gamut of emotions that you're feeling right now. Just run us through how you're feeling and what you do from here.
Well, emotional for sure. The Habs and I, we used to have a thing. It was serious. It was pretty serious. It was long term. And, after the great Negro dump of 2016, I just didn't think that, it was the right relationship for me. So I moved on, but I wish everyone the best.
So are you saying that there was a dispute between you and management with Montreal? Is that what led you to be a free agent? Yeah.
There was a dispute. I thought that all of the black players should stay on the team, and management disagreed. But that's the name of the game, and you just gotta play for whatever logo's on your chest, and not for your emotions, and not for your moral center.
So I'm just wondering, as an actor who is used to being in the limelight and soaking in praise like a black hole, was it being
African American hole now?
Geez, I apologize.
It's okay. There's a lot of change very quickly.
I will be better. I want to educate myself, Kwesi. I apologize. Would you say that being a bit of a glory whore had anything to do with your decision to be a Vegas Knights fan?
Well, I feel. Let me catch my breath here.
Yeah. Sorry for the harsh words. I'm sorry.
Hey, no, it's okay. You know, it's all a part of the game. It's all part of the league. You know, this is it's why we get up in the morning. I felt I got a fresh slate with Vegas. No one knew how good or how bad they were going to be, and I thought I figured you know, if I wasn't going to stay with my long term, I figured I'd start fresh, brand new, and you know, they've had some good looks. They're and you know, we'll get it back next time. Right?
Right. Well, you know what, man? We appreciate your professionalism, and I really appreciate you coming on in such a hard time. Byron, do you have any questions you want to ask Kwesi?
Yeah. So are you just now? Are you just being like, yeah? Well, are you gonna jump back on that sweet fucking bandwagon?
Well, Byro can't really jump back on the bandwagon. I've genuinely talked myself into a corner. Even if I wanted to, I couldn't. It would just look terrible.
They wouldn't take you back. It's like
fucking shit.
I wouldn't. You know what? If I were them, I wouldn't take me back either. Right? You know, sometimes when you've come to the end of the road, it's you know, it's time to move on. But no, I would not jump back.
Are you gonna? Have you tried that to the Montreal Canadiens? Hey, sorry, baby. You know I loved you. It was just going through a tough time.
No. I got rid of her number 5 years ago. I couldn't if I wanted to, Byro.
Did you delete the nudes? Did you delete the nudes though?
I kept some of the nudes, but only the ones I'm in.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. Well,
Mark, friend zoned?
Only the tandem nudes.
Right. Oh, that tandem bike trip. That was some bad decisions.
Yeah, and it was a rental too.
I mean, I don't blame either. She's a fucking rich American bitch. I would fucking leave Canada.
That's awesome. Mark, do you have anything you want to ask as Kwesi before we let him go?
I sure fucking do. Hey, Kwesi, comment ça va, mon vieux?
Ça va très bien, mon ami. Ça fait longtemps.
Ah, Black, ça va.
Hey, ta gueule, esti Justin Nicol, mon tabarnak, esti dans putain de tabarnak calice.
Calice de Nichols.
Hey, Kwesi, joyeux Saint-Jean, mon vieux.
Hey, joyeux Saint-Jean, man.
Jean-Baptiste.
24, baby, 24.
It's happening right now.
What the fuck?
Don't worry, there'll be subtitles. Don't worry, guys.
Mods.
All right. Well,
Vive la reine.
Non, fuck la reine. Anyway, hey, Kwesi, c'est toujours le fun de te voir, esti.
Toujours, man.
All right.
Merci pour m'avoir.
I don't like about Kwesi because he likes sports, but not enough to let it really bother him, like me.
I don't know. There's something about being an adult where you kind of draw the line where it's just some things don't matter.
You know, you're like, oh, I'm busy being
successful. Bite your fucking finger.
Bonsoir.
Listen,
love you guys.
No, listen, Kwesi, we want to say thank you so much for being a good sport coming on.
Hell yeah, of course, man.
We love you to death, and we're going to have you on as a guest host soon. So thank you so much, bro.
Sounds good, baby.
All right, ciao,
okay,
baby.
Later, guys.
Take it easy.
Good luck with the draft.
Yeah, that was Kwesi Thomas. Catch him on the Netflix hit series Snowpiercer, and every third commercial you'll see on network Canadian television right now. The guy is on fire.
You want to hear a really funny story about me and Kwesi? We were on a commercial together for a Cal Tire commercial where I was, I think I was selling Cal Tires and he driving crazy. But the day before the shoot, somebody gave me a pot cookie and I just tripped out of my fucking mind. First time
on set?
I was still tripping on set.
That's awesome. Oh, you know who that else that happened to is you know that TV show or that movie Stand By Me?
Yeah.
The guy, the fat kid on Stand By Me. He was eating a cookie. He was like 12 years old. He ate a cookie and he tripped balls so hard they had to stop filming for 3 days. That was you.
Really?
That was you.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. All right. What's the next? By the way, chat, thanks for putting up with that. That was a lot of fun. Yeah. Izzy says Sacrament. Vera Bobo says Khaleesi. I don't know what that means.
Calice.
Yeah, Joe says Sacre Bleu.
Yeah.
And everyone's having a lot of fun with this, so let's keep going.
Bonne Saint Jean Baptiste. This next story is a little bit sad, gentlemen. Can we like down tempo it just a little bit?
Yeah, I'm gonna lower my lighting here a little.
Yeah, because we need to pour one out for one of the real ones. One of the real ones died this week, gentlemen.
Real Housewife?
A bro. No, like a bro's bro.
Like one of ours. A fucking wild man. Someone who lived off the fucking rails for his entire life until he was used to a fucking nub. John McAfee found dead this week in a Spanish prison.
We almost
R.I.P.
interviewed
John.
him too, Mark.
We sure did. I was in contact with his wife. I still am. If anybody wants to talk to John McAfee's wife, I
Okay,
have her
so
email.
did you bring up the article behind me?
Yeah,
or
we
is
got
it
the
up?
article.
Okay.
We got the article.
So let me bring this up. So John McAfee, owner of the McAfee virus protection shit. So remember before we had these awesome computers, it would be like, update your McAfee virus thing for only $30. And you're like, is this thing just fucking making viruses and sending it to my computer and then charging me? Right? You remember that? You're like, I think
have a
this thing's
Trojan
fucking
horse,
me.
right? It's like
Yes.
a firefighter that just like burned a place down so you could put it out.
Anyway, this guy was like on the run from the U.S. government because he doesn't like to pay taxes, and he's a multimillionaire. And then in where was it, Nicaragua or somewhere in South America, he ends up having like some beautiful beachfront mansion, and him and his neighbor get in a dispute, and then he hires a local to have the guy murdered.
Yeah.
Okay, murder.
Holy
okay?
shit.
And the documentary comes out and it's like, yeah, he murdered that guy. And then he goes back on 100% murder guy. But then also in the documentary, all you know about John McAfee is that he murdered his neighbor and he likes young girls to shit in his mouth. Not even lying about that.
God
that
bless
is not
him.
a
God bless him.
Yeah. Well, when you're a multimillionaire and you're crazy, you've probably done it all, right? Like you've probably done it all. And that's all I got from that's all I remember, the two things from the documentary. And that's the only two things from the whole documentary that I remember. And then he fled to Spain or somewhere else. And he got caught and they have an extradition.
That's right.
Yeah.
He got extradited too.
Not yet, though. He was waiting in a Spanish prison, he was killed in prison. But here's the catch.
Well, he
Mark,
committed suicide. He committed suicide, according
Jeffrey Epstein suicided.
There you go. So, by the way, let's say it loud and proud. John McAfee did not kill himself.
I heard he said some shit like if I got killed, like he wrote something.
He sure did.
Do you have the picture, Mark? Can you bring that up?
I'll pull it up. Hold on.
Okay. Let me explain this. He wrote a letter to his brother and he was tweeting these cryptic tweets where he's like, I am not killing myself. The US government is mad at me. If I end up dead, they killed me. And then he got it tattooed on his arm. He got it tattooed on his arm.
Whacked.
If I end up suicided, I was whacked.
That's right.
Is what it said. And then he ends up dead. But guess what happens when you're in a Spanish prison? No one gives a shit, even if you're a millionaire.
Oh, yeah.
But that's why this story is so wild, and that's why we had to cover it. Tell us what you think in the chat. Do you think did Pat McAfee kill himself or whatever his fucking name is?
John.
John. Pat McAfee's a football analyst.
I talked about this before, but he also said he was a huge like cryptocurrency Bitcoin guy, and he said like if Bitcoin, he said this a few years ago, if Bitcoin isn't worth, if one Bitcoin isn't worth $1 million by 2020, I will cut my dick off. So maybe he's just a man of his word, and he said, you know what, I'd rather just kill myself.
Well, I mean, I do love this guy because he's like an off the rails Hunter S. Thompson like figure, just like living life on the edge. But I do think we should hold him up to his bargain and let's get his body over here, cut his dick off, and put it in his mouth. Because where's Bitcoin right now? Does anybody in the chat have numbers on where Bitcoin is?
Yeah, it's gone fucking down. I should have cashed it.
Yeah, so Bitcoin is not. Byron? What amount did he say that Bitcoin needed to be at?
Need to be $1 million by 2020.
$1 million by 2020.
Or he's going to cut his dick off. So
there you go. So we're not quite there. So
there.
Yeah,
we're an inch short.
I'm gonna pour one out for John McAfee, but we're gonna need your dick. We're gonna need you to cut off your dick and put it in your mouth.
Would you hang out with John McAfee? Would you?
Oh yeah, I mean, look. Like,
be a fly in the wall.
Designer.
Be a fly in the wall.
No, while he was on the island where he ordered that hit on his neighbor because his dogs were too loud. Wasn't that the story, Justin?
His dogs were barking and coming onto his property or something. Yeah, and he was just so upset about it.
And he had his neighbors killed. So while he was there, I mean, John McAfee was a millionaire and sold his interest in McAfee antivirus, which was complete horseshit, by the way.
Absolutely.
I mean, he was on there with these beautiful women and taking designer methamphetamine. That's what he was doing. He had a lab there, taking designer meth, ordering hits on his neighbors, living life to the fullest. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, so I would definitely hang out with John McAfee. Have a beer, Sure.
Like him and Jesus, top 3 people I'd want to have a beer
Gandhi,
with.
Jesus, John McAfee,
100%. All right, let's go to the chat here because I got to bitch slap some dude here. So anyways, in the chat, we talk about, the Habs and Kwesi, and then Joe is getting real chirpy. I don't know who Joe is. I'm not sure. I know a lot of Joes. But Joe is getting a little bit chirpy, and he's saying so sensitive about the Canucks fans, whatever. And then our mod, Jess, doing her job. Jess just doing her job. Goes, hey, Joe, this is your first warning. You dump on the Canucks fans one more time, putting you in timeout.
Hold on.
Yeah, fuck
what
you, man.
What is Joe doing really?
Ever.
What is Joe doing really? That's what I want to know.
He said he's still a notch above Canucks fans, so we're making fun of Quasi, and Joe's going hard at Canucks fans, and then Jess is like, "You watch it, Joe. You generic fake named fuck. You fake fucking no fucking icon.
Hey,
don't know who you are."
Hey, Joe, we don't give a shit about having anybody watching this show, by the way. I want you to know. We could not fucking care less if 0 people were watching this show. We're here and we're having fun. We're going to fucking ban you at the drop of a hat. You ready? Jess is the fucking head mod, and she will get rid of you in a fucking second.
Yeah.
If you don't say that Tyler Myers is the greatest defenseman that ever lived, you're done.
Yeah, we're like De Niro in Heat. We got a go bag. We will fucking drop you, and we will leave right now. We will fucking leave at a drop of a hat, motherfucker. Anyways, so then Jess comes back and says, "Joe, this is your first warning. If you keep dumping on Canucks fans,
there you go.
We'll put you in a timeout." Right?
Hey,
and
we
then
don't make.
Joe comes. Sorry, Joe comes back. Mark.
Go ahead.
Joe comes back. Joe comes back and says, "Jess, you're so sexy when you're angry. All that pent up tension from never winning the cup is so hot." Right? So everyone just stop what they're doing right now. Do you know the last guy to talk to my girl like that? Do you know what happened to him? He got choked against the wall at a comedy show.
Yeah.
There's still one. And he stopped doing comedy. I retired that motherfucker.
Oh,
Joe,
yeah, it is Dominic Gustafsson, right?
Yeah. So Joe's having fun with it. But Joe is fucking walking a line right now, Joe.
Dude,
Joe. You fucking watch it, Joe.
Yeah.
But I love you.
Next thing Joe will say is that Benny doesn't deserve a 20-year fucking contract extension.
That would be over the line.
I will fucking Dikembe Mutombo your whole family, I swear to God. All right.
No. Airport only, no. Only airport. No. Airport.
We're having fun. All right, what's the next story, Marky Mark?
Boys and girls in the chat, we are going to go long tonight. Is everybody cool with that? I know
I'm cool with that.
Yeah, we're saying Byron, can you stay a little bit longer?
I'm fine. I get it.
Okay, cool. I want to check with everybody in chat here. You guys cool with staying around for maybe 10, 15 more minutes? We still got a lot to talk about.
People in the chat, just hit one. Just throw ones up in the chat if you're down to go a little long.
Absolutely. Hit us with a 1 if you want to stick around.
Also, like and subscribe.
Yeah, absolutely. All right.
What's the next one, Mark?
The next story is an NCAA story, gentlemen. So another sports story. So a federal judge denies the NCAA request to dismiss lawsuit related to NIL compensation. So this sounds like a really, really smart sports article that I don't understand. So Justin, you're going to have to walk us through this.
Basically, you have college athletes being treated like professional athletes. They have to go to school full-time, and they also have to be full-time professional athletes. And for years, college athletes aren't allowed to make a dime, let alone even be lent money, let alone be given gifts, because they have to keep the sport legitimate. Meanwhile, coaches and staff and programs are making billions of dollars off of these players. And they get to make millions of dollars off their likeness, their name. So like NCAA 2020 video game comes out. You're on the video game. You don't make $1 because the university now owns your name. And I'm going to be honest with you. I think it's 100% fair. I think that billionaires should be able to make as much money off of you as possible. And you're lucky to even be allowed into their sanctum of education. So how dare you even ask for $1? Do you think you deserve lunch money? These are your overlords. How dare you? How dare you ask for anything when they're giving you a free education in basket weaving? You motherfucking piece of shit. Yeah. You got 4 free years of a degree in something you'll never be able to use, and you should shut up and play basketball.
That's true, and this is how Jeff Justin Nickel owns Amazon.
Right, exactly.
That's right.
Right, shut up and dribble. Shut up and fucking.
Don't
dribble.
you want to be a star? Don't you want to be a big star? You gotta
be a star. Hey, see what I'm doing for you?
So no, but are you seriously? Do you think they said that the athletes deserve to be paid a bit if they're being
It was extremely vague. It was the Supreme Court overturned this, and it's going to take years before any players see any money. But what they did was they said they need to be compensated in some way or another, and that means that it could still be educationally. They can say, well, they're allowed to get.
Well, fair enough. If you're being used on a video game and you're a fucking player and you make a good team, like
jersey sales,
yeah,
broadcasting. Look, man, if your football team makes a bowl game and there's like 50 of them in the NCAA every year, your program makes a minimum $1 million. You are your school's income. It's $1 billion industry. These players are losing their best years and giving it to a school for nothing in a long shot. Do you know how many NCAA athletes make it to the pros? Less than 5%. Right. Less than 5% of college athletes make the pros. Yeah, man. And guess what? When you're a fucking running back for a college NCAA Div 1 team, like a good football program, when you're a running back, you run the ball 40 times a game. That's 40 car accidents. You have seen your best years before you make the NFL, and you've made $0. A guy got kicked out of the NCAA for accepting a rented tuxedo to go to his brother's wedding. He didn't rent the tuxedo. It was rented for him. They cut him, and he lost his scholarship.
That's insane.
It's time to change it up. It's time to change it up.
Yeah, that's bullshit. That's total. That's infuriating. That's fine.
So let's give him a stipend of $100 a week. Can we do that? Is that fair?
I think they at least give him some more optimum points at Shoppers Drug Mart.
Oh. Can we give them prescriptions for their CTE that they're going to endure for the rest of their life? Like,
right?
Some Canadian Tire money, I think, would be. I mean, at least. You know,
we just solved the whole problem right here on the WFT show.
No wonder so many of them Alex Hernandez it up.
Jesus, that's okay. You know what? That's a deep dive.
Hernandez.
Aaron Hernandez.
I mean, he made the pros. That guy made money too.
All right,
he won a couple of Super Bowls.
We do have some comments in the chat on this story. So Vera Boba says they blow a knee. What the fuck does that mean?
I think she's bringing it back.
It's a fetish thing.
Okay, all right. And Pyra said,
John McAfee's into that. Well, people shit in his mouth.
Oh, that's true. So,
that's how you get a fucking virus. I'll tell you that much.
Hey, that's definitely a way not to have a virus. So,
Pyra, how are we supposed to be child support?
What's going on over there?
She's laughing at Pyra's comments.
Okay, Pyra says, I thought the record industry contracts were bad. Do these athletes at least get groupies? I think they do get some groupies, right? So
when they get recruited, watch. What is that one with Spike Lee?
So my question here is, isn't there like an underground system where these athletes are actually receiving a lot of money and a lot of, you know, they're getting kind of kickbacks here, right?
Okay.
It's not completely innocent.
Well, everyone will talk about Shaquille O'Neal when Louisiana. It's called they're called boosters. They're alumni from the university who will funnel money to their families and stuff. But that's like very few of them. Mm-hmm. Very, very few of them. But you got a lot of guys, and you know what we call those angel donations, Mark. Okay.
Now, when it comes to that kid, like when it comes to like, hey, you're in high school, it's like, well, it'd be better if you played another year in college. It's like, no, fuck you. Take the contract, right?
Get the contract. Take the money and run.
And the truth is that, I mean, these universities make a shit ton of money off their sports programs, like just a shit ton. How many
billions?
How many people show up to each game? More than NFL games, actually.
Yes, 80 to 100,000 fans at the games.
I was in New Orleans. It was like, man, when they were playing, like Louisiana was playing fucking Alabama, and it was just like the whole fucking city.
80,000. How about this? JR County says, sounds like it's as fair as paying comedians in Canada. Absolutely. I'm getting paid $20 to do a set tomorrow.
But the thing is, though, is that there's an actual interest in college football. No, as opposed to just fucking anything to do with our country of Canada.
Right, that's pretty fair.
All right.
Vera is referring to comments previous that you missed. All right, we're caught up in the chat. Lots of good comments. Keep them coming. Hit the like button. Smash that like button, people.
Smash that like button. Yeah.
We're having a good time here.
Smash it.
What's the next one? Marky Mark. Only 5 likes. We got 18,000 people. Come on,
Jesus, come on. We need more likes. But the next story is very sad for me because I'm a fan of this company. So Subway is under some scrutiny here, gentlemen, this week. It looks like someone ordered a tuna sandwich from Subway and took it and did a bunch of DNA tests on it. And it turns out that the tuna sandwich at Subway is actually not tuna at all. So there was a lab analysis that was done to determine whether a Subway tuna sandwich contained tuna DNA, and it does not. And
but the good news is they finally found the remains of Jimmy Hoffa.
I mean, they may have. But, I mean, and to go further than this, they could not even get a DNA match on exactly what type of fish this sandwich was.
I bet you anything we don't know, and the article doesn't know. I bet you Subway knows exactly what the fuck it is, and they just don't want to tell us, and they haven't been telling us for years.
Fuck you. We're not saying a word. We're not
you know
saying anything.
All I know is that it's Fauci's fault.
Yeah.
Listen to me. Fauci's a piece of shit. So is Subway, and here's why.
Allegedly.
Subway's not going to admit that they've done anything wrong. What they're going to do is they're going to hire the Washington Post to do a smear campaign on Filet-O-Fishes. That's going to be their fix in all of this. They're just going to be like, yeah, we did this, but look at what McDonald's is doing. And that's the way the world works now. We don't take blame for anything. We just pass the buck onto the next thing that's bad. And look, we all know there's no tuna. Tuna's too expensive. I don't give a fuck who you are. Have you bought a can of tuna lately that isn't like conflict free or whatever the fuck you get tuna now? It's like no dolphins. It's like $3.50 for a fucking tin of tuna. You think that you're gonna get a tuna sandwich from Subway for $6? Go fuck yourself. That is tires and fucking garbage bags, fucking flavored to taste like tuna, and you've been paying for it. Who the fuck buys a tuna sandwich at Subway?
Tires
give me a
and
fucking
garbage bags.
It came from the ocean. It came from the ocean, Mark.
You know what? I identify as like a Chinese, a Chinese status-seeking fucking billionaire in a wet market, and I want fucking.
Why?
I want tuna safe. I want tuna safe dolphin. That's what I want.
Okay.
Because when I have my dolphins, I want to make sure no tuna fucking got in there.
Jesus, I mean
that's fair.
That's very.
I don't know why everybody fucking puts dolphin on a pedestal. Like, just fucking eat them.
Hey,
why can't we eat dolphins?
Hey,
I am
with
Byron.
Friendly zone.
Fuck dolphins. Fuck dolphins. Okay.
Fuck
them.
the Dolphins. Fuck Miami.
Byron.
Fuck Dan Marino.
Now, we talked about this on the show before, Byron. I once said, what was that, The Cove, that documentary, The Cove, about that dolphin massacre? I feel like, I mean, it was a unique experience, but at the end of that documentary, I got up and applauded. Fuck dolphins.
You identify as a Japanese fisherman?
Oh, I mean, if it means the death of these fucking parasites on humanity, yeah, exactly. What the fuck are you talking about?
You know what happened? Mark paid for the full girlfriend experience at Marineland, and that dolphin let him down. That's what happened.
Yeah, I didn't get a sufficient jump out of the
Mark
water.
was like, and the dolphin's like, fuck this guy.
Everyone loves Marineland.
Woo!
All right.
But yeah, I don't know. I mean, you can't trust any meat in it. I don't know this, but years ago, McDonald's, they had there was a company called 100% All Beef. And that was just the name of the company.
Oh, yeah.
yeah.
But it didn't mean that.
It's just gray meat matter sprayed in acid phenol or whatever the fuck the thing is.
Fentanyl and fucking goat.
Hell yeah. The good stuff. The good stuff.
All right. What's the next one?
All right. Well, we're coming to the end of the show, and do we have enough likes to start talking about UFOs? Because now this
is a big one. This is a big one. Mark's going to really hit you with some shit. So hit ones if you want to hear Mark's real shit here.
Yeah, we're going to talk about UFOs, folks. So let us know. Let us know. I see 12,000 likes on the stream right now. We have 11,000 people watching. So, okay, makes sense. Makes sense. All right.
Right. Okay.
Okay, so not only did the Habs win tonight, not only is it Saint-Jean-Baptiste night in a celebration of French Canadians, tomorrow, ladies and gentlemen, may be the time for UFO disclosure. So the United States, the UAPTF report, the Unidentified Aerial Phenomena Task Force report that was ordered to Congress to report all the phenomena, all the reports from the Air Force, the Navy, all the different branches of the military. They've ordered all of them to work together on this report and send an unclassified report to Americans and Congress detailing what these objects being seen are. It is happening tomorrow.
Okay.
UFO disclosure is
Do
happening.
you think it'll be front page? Or it'll be like, oh, Britney Spears' dad was an asshole.
No, is it going to be like when Zuckerberg brought himself forth, and then like we're gonna hear all the shit, and then nothing happened. He just drank fucking water like an alien, and then nothing happened. Is that what's gonna happen tomorrow?
Oh, we read, but I respect people's opinions.
And he just be like,
yeah.
Well,
I don't know. I have a hard time believing the mainstream media isn't like this. Just in alien shit.
Well, I can tell you, I've seen an advanced copy of the unclassified portion of the report, and I can tell you right now, I can break right now what this thing is going to say tomorrow. Number 1, UFOs and unidentified aerial phenomena is real. Number 2, it is not foreign, Chinese, Russian, or any other type of technology that's not in U.S. material. And number 3, it is not United States military inventory. So it is truly something unidentified that is out there that the Department of Defense tomorrow will acknowledge is real, that there are craft flying in our sky that are not a threat to us, but we cannot identify what they are. And that will be confirmed.
If we can't identify them, how do we know they're not a threat to us? This is the dumbest Statue of Liberty move I've ever seen in my entire life. Hey, yeah, no, they're up there, but like, don't worry, we don't know what they are, but they're no threat to us because they've been up there for a long time and they haven't fucked with us yet, so they probably won't do nothing.
Look, well, the thing is, I'll maybe leave you at this. I don't think we have anything to worry about because if they do invade, they got to stay at a quarantine hotel for $2,000 a night.
They do.
Well, and that will save us, right? Then we'll have time. We'll have 2 weeks to figure out what to do with them.
Yeah, it'll give us a little while to consider, especially in Canada. So a good thing we have all these COVID hotels and all this stuff. So God bless Justin Trudeau and everything.
What a good leader he is.
Yeah.
Because you know what? He's just taking our rights away because we can't handle them. You know what I mean?
No, we can't.
So God bless him.
I don't want any rights. Do you want any rights? I don't want any rights.
I wouldn't know what to do with it. It'd be like... if you got rights, then all of a sudden you just start rooting for the Vegas Golden Knights when you could have a perfectly good Montreal Canadiens team.
Can you believe that? Can you believe that?
I need to be told what I'm allowed to say on the internet. You know what I mean? Because when I'm on the internet, I'm like, am I allowed to say this? I don't know. Can I say this? What should I say? I need them to tell me. So Bill C10, so fucking happy with that. Man. Cheers. That's like a victory over the fucking Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah,
North Korea. Kim Jong-un, number 1. Kim Jong-un.
All right, boys. So UFO disclosure, I mean, you guys are making light of all this, but it's really, I mean, it's going to be a paradigm-changing thing in humanity forever. We're going to have confirmation that these objects that we cannot identify are floating around in our sky, are doing all sorts of shit that we can't identify. And the largest military in the world tomorrow is going to confirm that they don't know what it is, but it is real. But
wait, Mark, can I ask you this? Because Jay is saying they live in the ocean, right? Atlantis. Do you believe that?
Oh boy, that's another. That's kind of a rabbit hole. That's kind of a rabbit hole. So let me just put it this way: the best thinking on this question right now, like the top level, Avi Loeb of Harvard, the top researchers that are discussing in the background of all this activity, what do they think is actually going on? And they believe that whatever we're seeing in the sky is not from an alien. It's not something that from another planet. It's something that has been here for a long time and is hiding in the ocean because we haven't mapped out the ocean very well. So you want to call that Atlantis? I'm not going to call it Atlantis myself, but some could call it Atlantis for sure. But hold on.
Okay.
Sorry, my battery's just about to die here. So I'll grab my cord, plug it back in.
Okay.
Yeah, you do your thing, buddy.
Yeah,
Mark will go off.
Do your thing, yeah. So
Mark's gonna end with a crescendo right here.
Okay, so here.
Are you ending in a minute, or should I plug it?
In about a minute, so I'm gonna make this fast. So there may be some explanation. What group has the defense budget equivalent to the United States Department of Defense? The cartels. And there was
shit.
There was recently a drone identified that was chased in New Mexico by police, by the FBI, by helicopters, and it escaped every attempt at capture. It was a highly powered drone, had characteristics that were never seen before, and now we believe that the cartel, the same people that bring us cocaine, all the cocaine that we love, guys, right?
Yeah.
all the marijuana that we love, all the fentanyl that we love, all those great people that bring us right over the border may be using UFO stigma to carry their drugs over the border to
That's
fool
fucking
the
great.
police.
No,
But they're not.
They're
How
doing
big
a
are
lot of
these things? How big are these things?
These
They
are
carry-
little. They're little drones that are hard to follow, and they're hard. These helicopters, these like the top-notch FBI and police helicopters, sheriff helicopters, could not keep up with this thing, and it was reported by the War Zone here. It was a quadcopter, but highly modified with weird lights on it, and maybe all the UFOs we're seeing is really just the cartels going next level and
Right.
bringing cocaine to us and all
Right.
these marvelous drugs to us across the
Right.
border in a unique way.
like 1 gram at a time because they're that small. So is that why they have to move so fast?
Maybe.
They're like the Amazon delivery of fucking drugs back and forth over the line. They can't
Maybe.
stop to pee. They're peeing in bags and shit.
I mean, who knows? But like, I mean, the doubters will doubt. But I mean, you'll recall. I'm going to throw this up here.
JR
I'm
says,
just about to die here. But
Okay,
Go
so
do your
Byron's
thing,
about
Byron.
to die. Well, actually, let's just finish on this. The cartels can build submarines. If they can build submarines to get drugs over here, get our cocaina over here, can they
Cocainus.
build UFOs? And I'm going to leave you on that. That's the UFOs
Okay.
for tonight.
Nice.
listen, I just want to say, because we're going to wrap it up on that, but I want to give the comment of the night came in the 11th hour, the last minute of the game, and JR said, I always get my drugs from illegal aliens. JR, just bravo, buddy. The Hail Mary from the
Awesome.
half-court line drilled it. There were so many good comments. We missed a bunch of them because we went off the rails. Byron, this was one of the funnest shows we've done. You were a great host.
Oh,
We love
thanks,
you.
man. I was
Mark
glad.
brought the heat. And guys, this chat, Mark, this is one of the funnest chats
Oh,
we've
one of
had
the,
in a
one of the
long
best.
time.
One of the best.
Just one of my favorite St. John Baptiste days that I
Oh.
can remember.
Yeah,
Honest to
yeah.
God, this
Saute.
is going to go
Right,
down as the
saute.
best John Baptiste day ever. On behalf of me, Mark, and Byron, we want to thank you. Please check us out next week on every Thursday at 9 p.m. Have a great night. Thanks for checking us out. Have a good night. We'll see you next week.
Go Canucks, go! Even though they're out.